Mr. Chair, you're live and ready.
I'm told we're broadcasting, so we'll go ahead and get rolling. Don't forget to attenuate the volume on your gadgets. Roll call, please.
Bell. Curran.
Here.
Freeling. Present. Harrison.
Here.
Hinkleman. Ott. Pitchford. Tyler. Here. Borath.
Here.
Werfel. Here. Yarborough. Elliott.
Here.
You have 10.
Thank you. Minutes from a week ago need to be approved.
I will make a motion to approve.
It's moved by Borath,
I will support that.
supported by Ott. Any heated conversation about those minutes, or are they good? All right. If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Annette.
Morning. Does anybody have any questions about their requisitions? Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, are you wanting to do the
Sure.
mobile CAD? All right. We have Chris Swihart and Caitlin Samsel here who are gonna walk us through some things with mobile CAD.
Sure. All right, in front of you, I placed a packet that basically has, if you remove the first paper clip up in the corner, it has the outline of what I'm going to talk about, and then two sets of quotes. The first set of quotes is a new proposed quote that has been offered by Tyler Technology, and the second set is the original quotes that we received during the initial exploration of the CAD mobile project. We're basically requesting permission to go forward with purchasing of the license today for that project because Tyler is offering a incentivized set of pricing if we purchase by the end of the year. I've broken down through the documentation there and what they're offering. The original quote came in at a total cost of $386,000 for both proposals. They're reducing significantly the cost for each of the law enforcement and fire proposals. The law enforcement has dropped from 267 down to 202. Where the fire has dropped down from 118 to 69, which nets a total savings of $114,000 plus. This is a pretty significant reduction in the cost. They're looking to get commitment from the county by the end of the year. I've spent a lot of time because of the significant reduction, having conversations back and forth, trying to make sure that the quotes are as complete and there's no hidden catches in it. We're still waiting to receive the contract back from them, which we will review next week. But we really feel, even though there is some risk involved, because they're asking us to commit before the signed MOUs come back from the agencies, but feel that the savings is significant enough that, and we have enough backing through the support that we've had from the board, from the agencies through the various councils, that I think it warrants moving forward, that we really can't, miss the opportunity to secure this reduced pricing. Caitlin's run some numbers in terms of we're trying to figure out how that will impact the MOUs, because the intent is to pass that savings on to each of the municipalities. So at least initially, it looks like there's going to be an overall savings of $20,000. I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Just get to the mic, sorry. So with the fire departments, there will be a savings for the county because of that cost share of about over $20,000 just for the money that we were going to share to them. It would essentially make the first year free to them. And then for the police departments, that would cut down the per license cost of about a savings of $230 per license. And that's just the licensing and professional services costs. That doesn't include, of course, the county's IS costs, but that will save each of those departments significantly as well.
So do you have any questions at this point?
Ma'am.
sorry. Yeah, so is there any savings to the county or all is transferred to the municipalities?
At least initially, we need to go through the final numbers and work through it with Brian, but at least initially, the intent would be to spread that savings out. Because remember, Sheriff's Department is part of that as well, so some of that,
That's county savings.
Yeah, right.
I'd like to understand that.
right. So I think initially, at least we see there will be some savings passed on to the county.
Yeah.
Through this.
Yeah, because of the cost share that county has already agreed on, we're going to be essentially sharing $20,000 less because we won't need to. So there's at least that portion right there. And then, of course, the sheriff's cost is going to be less as well.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
You want to do this more quickly. What's normal? What would be the normal signing time? They said they want to expedite the process, do it before we get to sign in, before the MOUs are done. So what would be normal?
Well, I think what we were waiting for initially was we were waiting for to have the commitment back from the municipalities before we agreed. The MOUs got sent out. And so we were waiting to receive those back to make sure that the county or the municipalities were going to participate in the project. So the potential risk is, that we're committing and the county may have to cover any licensing that if a municipality bows out and doesn't want to participate in the program.
Chris, can I jump in as well? So what we had envisioned was we were hoping to have at least 50% of the local units committed through their MOU before finalizing the purchase with Tyler Technology. The MOUs have been pushed out to all of the local units via the Chiefs network, but also through the county clerk. Stacy's assisted with pushing it to all of the local units. Just this week, there was media coverage. City of St. Joe was one of the first to formalize a commitment to the MOU to sign and work on getting that back to us. So that's one that has formally accepted the terms of the MOU. Informally, we have a commitment from the chiefs that have indicated that we have 100% take rate, that all of the local units are planning to participate. They're just slowly working through the process of taking it to their board, getting the board's motion to approve the signature on the MOU. This is definitely sooner than we had planned. I was anticipating that probably, I would say early spring 2026 is what we had envisioned that we would have the purchase in front of the board. Based on the savings that Tyler is proposing here, it makes sense to proceed now. It is a very significant amount of savings over the total project. And knowing that the sheriff's office is one of the big users in this, you're essentially saving money through the sheriff's contribution to the overall project. Does that answer your question, sir?
It does. The second part of that was, it is significant.
Yeah.
It's a significant savings. And so my question is why? Why did they,
Yeah.
so, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, because, at the end of the day, I want to know that Tyler's solid, that
Chris has spent 2 weeks beating this up because initially he brought it forward to myself, to Caitlin, and it almost felt too good to be true. And so he's spent a significant amount of time double checking that, yes, this covers all of the needs, that the sales rep is authorized to offer this reduced price. And it appears that everything is on the up and up. We're bringing it to you all today with the anticipation that next week we would bring forward the authorizing resolution to the full board with the understanding that Tyler still has to get this contract signed off by their team and then also by your corporate counsel. There is a chance that some things could change, but it appears to be a very unlikely that they're going to change their position.
Right.
I'll also add that it's not uncommon for software companies and hardware companies to incentivize sales at the end of the year. We have seen it, generally not to this degree. They're trying to get their numbers up at the end of the year, and so they'll often put, incentivize folks in front of you. Hey, if you agree to do this by the end of the year, we'll reduce the price by X number of dollars. So
I was gonna say exactly what Chris just said. We've dealt with it with Motorola before. Your bigger companies that want year-end to be able to show year-end numbers, that's the main reason they do it.
right.
Dave and then Mamie.
I just wanted to say that, because I was on the committee when we started this thing a couple of years ago. It's been a long process. These folks have been very, very, diligent in working with us, and they haven't screwed around at all in the pricing and things. And whatever they're doing here now, I think, is they've worked with us so long, they know we want to get this done. They know we want to move it forward, and why this pricing must affect their thing next year or something, but whatever the reason, all for that. To get it done.
A microphone. Mamie and then Jim.
And I remember them coming to our finance committee meeting, a lot of police chiefs and things and talking about it. And that's been a good while ago.
Yeah, that was during the summer months, and without a doubt, there's a high degree of interest from the local chiefs.
Yeah.
With the memo of understanding, it does require that it flow to the local board to get authorization to sign. Essentially, they're signing a contract with the county. And that was a step that we anticipated would take a little bit of extra time, but it ensures that we have a binding agreement.
That's so good. Thank you.
Yeah, I've been part of those meetings along with Dave, and if I recall correctly, in the MOU, we gave them until May to respond.
Yeah,
So because Tyler is saying, hey, if you do this by the end of the year, we'll give you 114,000 in savings. It's kind of, well, okay, if you want the savings, you do it before the end of the year. If you don't, then you wait till May like we did. Listening to the fire service, the police services that are there at these meetings, I'm pretty confident that if we commit, that they will still hold up to their end of the obligation. So I'm comfortable with doing this. Because I think it's gonna move the process forward and save us $114,000. I'm good with it.
Ma'am.
So just looking at the numbers, between the two for police and fire, 100,000, then the reoccurring, it is on, no, it's not.
Oh.
It's flashing at me.
Yep.
Bad battery.
Yeah.
It's
Disconnected from the.
There you go.
Yeah, we don't want to miss your time.
Oh, yeah, I know, Bob. Sit on the edge of your seat, please. So the reoccurring maintenance costs
Yes.
are gonna be a savings about 20,000 annually for,
No, the reoccurring maintenance costs, it looks like they have gone down some, but it won't be that significant.
okay,
The cost savings is upfront. In terms of the annual maintenance costs going forward, that will not be affected too much.
all right, thank you.
Anyone else? Or,
I'm sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
did have another follow-up on that one. If we're signing this contract in 2025, what does that do for budget? And how are we covering this?
Yep, excellent question. So today you have a budget amendment that's tackling just one item. Next week, you will have a budget amendment that is tackling multiple items. Jake and I agreed to separate the two amendments, reflecting the fact that we have a somewhat sensitive topic for today. He is working with Doug to do the sweep of all essentially unspent revenue. We will bring that forward next week, and I can tell you that it is significant. The contingency was largely untouched for the current fiscal year, but moreover, we had a variety of unfilled positions that is going to boost the overall sweep to a number much larger than you would typically see. Put simply, we anticipate we will be closing with several million of unspent that will then be pulled in for 26. Our plan is to take care of all of the amendments as part of next week's board meeting. This will be one of them that will be included in that. We have transit, we have capital projects, we have a variety of other items that will be pulled into that amendment. But the timing on this is one that we can include this with that amendment and take care of it in 25.
Ma'am, I just checked on the maintenance and there is savings on the maintenance as well.
It looks like it's
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, there's a pretty decent savings there. So going forward, it's not just this year, going forward, each agency will also see maintenance savings there.
Yes, sir.
On the amendments that you're gonna bring to us next week, is that for adoption in this year? Because we won't have a meeting after the next.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we will get it pushed out to you all as early as possible, but we are still actively working on it. With next week being your final meeting of the year, It's going to be a busy week. We will bring it through the finance committee. My plan is to talk with you all about it during committee of the whole so that you have a chance to ask any questions and then bring it to the full board next week.
Okay, because I thought we designated the 11th today to talk about budget. For all, remember all the things that you said were being cut out of the budget. I thought we were gonna have some dialogue as to what did you cut and why. We're gonna do that on the 18th then?
Yes, that is the plan for the 18th, and I apologize. I don't have everything ready for today, but what we do have on for today is just the one item that has been actively discussed, and that's the healthcare rider coverage.
Okay, and then you're gonna get that material to us so we can review it before the 18th, and then it's gonna go to finance and then to us for approval on the 18th.
That's correct.
It's 1 day turnaround.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Has finance tentatively picked a date to come in and tie all the loose ends together?
Not yet.
End of the month? No? Okay.
That's if. What if?
If, yeah, okay. Anyone else have any questions about mobile CAD? All right, thank you both.
Thank you.
We'll move on to the next item. We have Jill Adams here. And as you can see on the easel, she has the plaque for Brian Bailey. I'm told his family is unable to make it today. Of course, they were in New Buffalo, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, just before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that as soon as, I was just gonna pull this part up and get this. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
All right, I do have a little PowerPoint with some photos as well, but I do want to recognize that the Parks newsletter is complete. It was in your mailbox this morning. And it also is accessible on the website, and we can get multiple copies to you if you have a place that you'd like to distribute some. And this newsletter outlines all of our winter schedules and recreation opportunities throughout the parks. Okay. Should work. Yes. Okay. So as you know, the parks staff also run the community recycling programs for the county. And every year we do a year-end report to give you the statistics of what was collected and how the events went. You will be getting that very soon, but I wanted to give you a sneak peek on how the year went. For the 5 regular community recycling events, we had over 2,000 people participate, which was higher than last year. We collected over 82,000 pounds of household hazardous waste and liquids that were kept out of our area landfills. We recycled over 41,000 pounds of electronics through these events. We also collected and recycled 4,000 pounds of foam or styrofoam, which is a lot considering it's mostly air. Styrofoam. We bring a full 53-foot semi-trailer to the events, and it's almost always full. And then at our fall scrap tire collection, we filled 3 semi-trailers full, and we had to turn some people away because we didn't have a 4th trailer on site. So we did get some grant funds to cover a majority of that program, and considering maybe bringing 4 trailers next year to accommodate. Okay, so one of the main things I want to talk to you today about is the materials management plan. This project is mandated to all 83 counties throughout Michigan. We are tasked to update our solid waste management plan, which is now called materials management plan. And for over a year, this group has been meeting and working on this plan. Commissioner Volrath is our representative, and we will continue to connect every month. Park staff also serve on work groups that are helping this plan along. But right now, I'm urging everybody to take a simple survey to let us know what you know about recycling and waste management, as well as what you'd like to see available to everybody. So easy to take. You can scan this QR code and it comes up right on your phone. It's accessible at the county website. It's also accessible on a number of municipal Facebook pages. We just did a big push and a lot of our local municipalities shared this information out. So.
And I made it in my report a couple of weeks ago. And I asked you, and I didn't send you this information.
So
okay.
If you haven't taken it yet, please do, and encourage your family and your neighbors. Anyone in Berrien, Cass, and Van Buren County can take this survey. All right, now I want to do just a little bit of show and tell about the Parks Department. And kind of focus on, not on the challenges. We've had plenty of challenges this year, but I want to focus on the celebrations this year. We celebrated 40 years of disc golf at Madeline Bertrand County Park this year. And I did bring some merch. Our assistant manager at Madeline well, I mean, it's the same t-shirt that Derek is wearing. We do have merchandise for sale at Madeline Bertrand. And discs as well with a commemorative logo on it. Our assistant manager, Kate Blanchard, designed this and made these available for sale at the park. We kicked off the year with a tournament and kind of started the celebration of 40 years of disc golf. Also to celebrate is a donation from Bike Michiana Coalition. Through a grant, we were given 4 new fat tire bikes. And this was presented, the bikes were presented to Love Creek at the Biketoberfest in October. And they are available now to use. They've been getting some good use. So with 4 new bikes to our fleet out there, we are able to rent more and provide more recreation to folks out at Love Creek. Also, through a donation, we have added to our fleet of snowshoes. And as you can see, I guess I'll bring this again. As you can see, these are new and modern snowshoes. We also have the wooden kind available for rent as well at the park, but these are new, they're sleeker, they're lighter. And we also have a whole classroom full of youth sizes, and our naturalists will take these out to the schools to do on-site snowshoe projects. Also, we are celebrating the construction of a pavilion at Love Creek. You may remember that we demolished the Simpson cabin last year at Love Creek. We were able to construct a new pavilion, and the next phase will include putting picnic tables under there, benches, landscaping, and most likely taking the rocks that were a part of the fireplace of the cabin and making that into a fire pit to be used during ski season. Also celebrating this year is the building of the Silver Beach Playground. We certainly are excited to see that, and we've had a lot of happy customers through the summer, and still, people are still playing.
My grandkids like that.
Yeah, good. We also had a lot of improvements to our concession area at Silver Beach with an expanded retail area and some hard surface shaded seating area. And because of this, our concessionaire had an increase of 25% in her sales. And also we're very I don't know what the word is, pleased and happy to be able to bring forward and dedicate the memorial plaque to Brian Bailey. I brought it in today in case you haven't seen the actual, and I encourage you to go up and read it. And it turned out really good, and New Buffalo Township allowed us to use their hall for the dedication on a really cold, windy day. And there were a lot of family and friends there for the dedication. So Galeen River County Park is closed for the season, but in the spring, we will be placing this plaque out at the start of the tree canopy walkway. So we will encourage everybody to go and see that in the spring. And then finally, I just want to announce that our 2026 permits are available for purchase. We have an annual entrance permit that gets you into 4 of our county parks, but the sale of these entrance permits does help maintain all of our 7 properties. We also have an annual disc golf. We also have an annual disc golf permit and a winter trails permit for sale. So I would encourage you for your gift giving needs to consider giving a gift that gives all year long, and maybe packaging it up with a t-shirt, a disc golf, and an annual entrance permit. And just as a reminder, we are open Christmas Eve if people are doing last minute shopping. And then the final slide, maybe, is just again encouraging you to take the survey. And I put the QR code up there again. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them too.
Anyone have any questions? Ma'am.
One year you were selling picks for guitars.
Yeah.
Are you still doing that?
We do have some. We aren't actively promoting it. So if you would like to see me after.
I still have some.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How many fat tire bikes do we have now, and how many do you think, what's the capacity for usage?
I believe our fleet is 12, and that's a good number. Sometimes they are sold out. With these additional 4 are extremely helpful. We'll find out this winter, especially if it's good snow for fat tire biking, if we could use more, or how often that they're all rented out. So it'll be a kind of a test year, but 12, the amount that we have is really good. So we were extremely happy to receive that grant. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Anyone have anything before we go to public comments? All right, then we'll go to public comments. Michael, do you have anything? No? Okay. All right. Well, you can see the announcements and reminders, and I guess we've got a couple extra minutes if you want to make restroom breaks and things like that, and then we'll start up committees when you're ready.